Hello YouTube world, Mag Daddy 1911A1A with the Shade Tree Survivalist. Sunday, almost lunchtime. It's been cold here in Georgia, and I'm out here in the front yard going to do a quick video. One of my viewers, and I apologize, I don't remember which one right off the bat, had asked me to do a video on my truck, and they'd noticed we had lights and so forth on the top of the headache rack in my video on the stash of cash, the Beto O'Rourke butt plug. And I meant to do that video and just got sidetracked. Last weekend we had our grandson and I did not do anything else, so I just wanted to do this right quick. The lights up on the headache rack were put on there by our friend's statue. He was using this thing as a service truck. The two spotlights, the two fog lights, I added because I couldn't get the darn backup lights to work. Now I've got them working, but I've left them on there. I think before it's over with, I'm going to turn them around. That'll give me an extra light forward, but it doesn't really matter. The sundowner headache rack there, I guess you'd call that thing. I cannot remember the name. Sundowner actually is a roll-out awning, but the headache rack, man, I love that thing. In the afternoons, if the sun's setting behind the truck, that keeps the heat inside the cab during the summer down quite a bit and is really helpful. But when Statue was using this thing as a service truck, they had a rotating amber light on top, and they had those lights up there so that they could be seen if he was parked in front of the broke down vehicle, so they could you know, take them gas or fix whatever problem that didn't require a tow. And that's the reason he had all those extra lights up there, and I left them. I thought they were a great idea. And in the front you have the amber lights. Let's see if I can zoom in. And at night they really stand out. There's one damn thing about it. I won't be speeding and trying to run from the law on this thing because it's very distinctive. And you know, you don't, unless you turn all lights out, you're not going to shut them off. So it's very distinctive at night, whether you can see anything or not. You'll see the front lights and the top lights. But it has electronic brakes, and dang it. And I'm about to take this panel off here. I've got the wiring harness for the headlights, which is a little loose. I've got to tighten that up and fix that this morning. But that's the reason I decided to come on out here and do it, because I've got to do some work on the truck anyway. But it has the electronic brake module right there, and that's for your trailer. And I put in that little bar right there for extra power, because it only had the, someone had stolen a freaking cigarette lighter of all things out of it. So I went in and wired up one here, and then I put this little light bar that's down there with all the extra power sockets in there also. The other day I rebuilt the gear and so forth for the right hand, the passenger side window. That was a pain in the freaking neck. I could not find any videos on YouTube on how to do it, and really I should have shot a video describing how I did it. But I did rebuild that gearbox, and then I installed a new switch right here for it, and that was $17, and it works really well. If you have a trailer that has electric brakes, that's what this is for. That's what the control module is, and you can set the sensitivity with a little adjustment wheel inside and so forth. But I think this is, yeah, 7-way. And I have a trailer. I did some horse trading with Statue, and I've got a trailer that has brakes, but I haven't went and got it and rewired it. And you can see I've got a massive freaking hitch on this thing. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna actually put the truck to, as far as real work and making money off of it. But okay, got everything took apart, and I pulled this off. This is your wiring harness to your light switch, and right down in here you can see that the plastic had melted some. And what was causing that is that the connector for the actual wire, which would be this, I guess that'd be orange with a yellow stripe there, had pushed up, and one other one had pushed up, and we're not making good connection. So I forced them back down there just by using the tip of a pair of needle nose pliers. Okay, I strapped it because the little latches, the little locks on both sides was broke. And so I used some really heavy-duty cable ties to pull it all down good and tight after I pushed them down, and then I ensured they were all good and tight again. Now I'm going to reassemble this thing, and that should resolve that. But you can see I had smelled some burning or melting plastic, and definitely that's what it was. It was not making a good connection, and so it was causing it to overheat. But the connector's fine on both ends. So we've got that, should have that resolved. We shall see tomorrow morning when we go to work, if it blinks on and off any. Okay, so we got the two switches mounted back into the metal plate. You have a little light here, a little bulb that lights up your instrument panel. This portion of the instrument panel. Then you've got 4 screws, and you got a little tab here. And there's a little tab there. You want to make sure those lined up, get your screws started and tightened up. Now this, on this particular switch, you've got a nut that goes over this shaft. And on this entire thing is an inner and outer nut on this particular switch. And this locks into the switch. It doesn't even come with that shaft. So we got that on. We'll put the panel back over it, and then we'll get the 2 knobs and put on there. Alrighty then, after a few minutes of fighting to find this dang-gum knob, because I had hit it well, and the little clip that holds it on, I've got those 2 installed. They are not universal. One is triangular, and one is sort of oval with flats on it. So if you don't have the correct one, it will not fit on the correct shaft. But yep, got them on, and the lights are working, even though the the little ringer is not. Yeah, you can see those 2 amber. And yeah, they're not very bright during the daylight hours, but you can see them. So, ancient technology that still freaking works. And the Punkmaster. Okay, that's it for that. Yeah, it's been a darn good truck, I'll tell you. Had it, what, about a year now, I guess? I don't remember exactly when I got it. And while I was still hauling chicken feed, and that's something you guys don't know about, I've got a new job recently. But while I was hauling a chicken feed, every week I put 550, 600 miles a week on this thing. And finally got most of the bugs worked out of it, though I'm going to have to play around with the glow plugs a little bit. These cold mornings, it does not want to crank. And that's not good. We don't want to murder another freaking starter and batteries. So that'll be something for the future. But yeah, just want to do a quick update. He was asking about the lights on top of the headache rack up there, and that's all it was. He was doing road work with it, helping people who broke down or whatever the case may be, and they had added those lights, and I added those lights up there because I couldn't get the backup lights to work, and I didn't want to have to go out and spend a whole lot of money on freaking parts for this thing. If you buy the real deal Ford part, man, you're gonna pay a lot. So, but I've got them working now, and I may turn those around or even take them off and put them under the front so I have more light to drive by. So we'll see what happens in the future. I just haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do. The CB radio, I took it out and let some of the guys at when I was hauling chicken feed, used my radio, and that truck got took to Chattanooga to the shop, and they've never brought my damn radio back. And now that I've quit there and went to doing another type of job, I don't have that radio in there, but I'm going to put it back, or a radio back in it, so I can communicate when I'm riding up and down the highway. But anywho, that's an update on the old girl. I know for a fact I've put 25,000 miles on it since I've owned it, and it just does a great job. Went to see Uncle Fester, went down for an entire week of vacation to see my mom and a bunch of family friends and so forth, and drove it and just did great. Got new tires all the way around on it, brand new spare tire, and yep, just been a damn good old girl. But anywho, this is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist. Thank you very much for watching.